Hello, Glee fans. This is Shamus Kelley, video producer for The Tower Light, here with your opinionated Glee review of Season 4, Episode 18, I believe, Shooting Star. Now, Glee's been gone for a few weeks, and, for a while, I was talking to a lot of people in the office, and I was like, oh my god, Glee is going to do a school shooting episode. How are they going to mess this up? Oh, they delivered. Let's get into it. Now, it starts off with Britney, and she thinks there's going to be a comet going to hit the Earth. And now, for once, everyone takes her seriously, even though normally before they're all like, Britney, you so dumb. But it's a plot contrivance, so whatever, I read, I don't care. Online relationships, yay! I didn't care about that either. And they sing a song about how wonderful life is. I get it. It's not the same thing. It's totally not foreshadowing what's going to happen later in the episode at all. And drama. I didn't really care about all the catfishing and whatnot. This episode made me it felt like a black hole that just sucked all of my emotions out. I feel like I can't even get super angry because it just took so much from me. And not in a way of oh man, I learned about gun stuff today. I'm going to learn to be a better person. It really just made me look at my life and I think, why do I keep watching this show? I actively choose to watch this show. And I know some people may think, Shamus, you talk about that all the time. Well, I'm starting to question it myself. So, oh, Sam, you so sad. What is happening? Oh my God. Okay, so there was the whole thing with Shu and Beast, and it was just they're all like, oh man, remember when you kissed me? And he's like, yeah, I remember that. I'm like, yeah, remember how that was awful when that did happen? I don't know if that happened while I was reviewing the show or not at the time, but that always felt really awkward to me. Like, yo, girl, let me just kiss you. I'm like, no, don't do that. Fuck you, Shu. Oh, I hate this episode. Oh man. Then oh no, Beast, you're awful. And she's like, she wanted to have sex with him or something, or wanted to date him. I don't know. It's just awful. No, drama, school shooting. It's serious. When the shot went off, the first thing that I thought was, oh no, Rick shot Jimmy. That's for all you Degrassi fans out in the audience. Do you get it? I referenced another thing that happened in a high school show. But really, see, Degrassi handled this a lot better, but I'll get to that at the end, so stick around for that, folks. Oh man, see that was only page 1. We're on page 2 now. So, I just wrote down, why is this so funny? I could not take this seriously, because once again, I go back to it so many times. There was a scene where, Sue pushed someone down a flight of stairs, but now they're asking us to take a gun thing seriously. Because we're supposed to care about this week. Violence isn't funny this week, guys. All right? We're super serious. We have a warning at the front of our show. This is really serious. Glee is like a comedy. And I know comedies can be serious, but Glee has never set itself up to be that way. Anytime they do it, it's one and done. There's no consequences for anything. And this episode clearly continues that tradition. I'm sure they'll mention it once or twice, but it's all just set up for more comedy. Yay! Oh my God. So then, of course, Kitty's like, yo, Marley, I'm sorry I sewed up all your clothes, make you fat. I'm like, I still don't care about you, Kitty, and you really aren't redemption. And also, yay, Tina's outside. I actually liked that moment. That was a nice moment. Very realistic. I really did like that. And then I just wrote down, but the whole thing is so overdramatic. We all have to record a message. For everyone we love. No. All right. This show, I don't care. So there's no actual there's no stakes here because no one's actually going to die. We know this. No one's actually going to get hurt because there's nothing wrong. Okay. So, yay, no one dies. And then we get the whole, oh, was it Sue who actually had the gun? Which I was sort of like, really? I mean, I guess this is where you're going with the gun ownership, whatever. But then we find out that it's Becky. Now, I'll grant you, it was a good twist. It was like, oh, didn't see that one coming. But I mean, I get the feeling that Sue might be back, unless there's spoilers that Jane Lynch left the show, in which case that was kind of an okay way to write her out, but still kind of weird. And also they give the disabled character like they do the thing with the gun. Once again, we don't want to give this to any of our actual main star people. We're just going to give it to this side character, much like Sue's sister, actually. We're just going to get like, how she died and it got real serious for like 5 seconds. Like here it's like, let's just give it to Becky, who's not like an actual like superstar or anything of the show. So it's okay if we make her do something bad because, our audience isn't invested in this character. Fuck you, Glee. Fuck you. You know what would have been, look, man, I would have complained about it. Let's not even lie. But if like Ryder had a gun or like the girl he met online had a gun, like once again, that would have been really stupid. But it's preferable to this, which is saying a lot for Glee. So, okay. So then this whole thing where Blaine's like, oh man, I love you, Tina. And then they're like holding hands and shit. Like, is this trying to bring this thing back? We're like, oh, Tina, you so desperate for a man. Like, is that where this is going? Because that either makes Tina look like a horrible person for using this as a way to get with Blaine. I don't think that's what was the intended thing, but it's never quite sure with Glee. And then we just, it's awful. It's awful. So I don't know where that's going to go. And I didn't care about the singing this episode. And then Sam brought Britney a cat while there's like a million metal detectors. And they would have been like, yo, kid, what? No. Okay, they did say the cat was in the locker before the school shooting. But that's still Glee. Okay. So let's talk about comparing this to Degrassi. I know not all of you have watched Degrassi. I have seen a fair bit of it myself, and they did a very similar storyline where there was a school shooting. In that, there was a thing called consequences. There were characters who, died, characters that we knew and maybe sort of kind of cared about. And then there were also lasting repercussions for quite a while. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Drake ended up in like a wheelchair and stuff. So rough life. But it's the thing where, like, because Degrassi is always very good at this about having consequences for the character's actions. Most of the time, Degrassi is not a perfect show. Glee is like, oh man, we're gonna do a very special episode of Glee. On this very special episode of Clone High. Glee is that it doesn't work. It does not work at all. It just hurts to watch because Glee does not have the balls to do anything. Now, look, I understand network interference is a thing that can happen with a show. I understand maybe they want to do something better, but it got cut down. But I'm just taking the show at face value. I'm not trying to put the blame on like Ryan Murphy, even though I don't like a lot of the stuff he's done. I'm not trying to put the blame on any one person. I'm just saying what is presented to us does not work, whether that's the fault of the writers, the executives, the directors, anything. All right, I don't know. I just don't know. So this week, Tina Watch, she got like a cool moment outside the school, but now are we setting up her liking Blaine again? Because really, let's not. Let's give her something to do that doesn't have to do with a man. Grade for this episode. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, didn't the pacing of this episode feel better? Almost like because the New York episode wasn't there, we were actually able to, stay with this plot, make it work a little better. Maybe Glee should do that more often. Either pick a storyline, do it the whole episode, or just focus on the school, which I would actually prefer. But what do I know? So this episode, what do I give it? I'll give it a D. I will give it a D because the pacing was not as bad and there were some genuinely okay moments. But it was not good. Not good. Not good at all. So that's all for this week, Glee watchers. Please let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I will respond to some of them. And I guess this is as good a time as any to announce that this is going to be my last season of Glee, Opinionated Glee review watching. I'm not going to do these past this season. Why? Is it because I hate the show that much? That's partly it. And it's also because I'm graduating from this school and I'm not going to be in this office anymore. And it's not worth trying to go to all. It's not worth trying to do all of this while I'm already away from the school. And honestly, like Glee, it's not worth it anymore. Like, I love all you guys. I really do. And I'm going to put out some awesome episodes for the end of this season. But I just can't do it, man. Like, I love all of you. I really do. But I'm just not going to have the resources. And it's going to be way too difficult to try to put together a review. And I'm not going to be able to put it up to my quality standards. And at this point, like, it's not even like fun to make fun of Glee anymore. It's just a chore. It's not fun anymore. Like, I love seeing what you guys have to say about it, but I cannot. It's not fun anymore. It's just sad. It feels like a black hole sucking everything. But yes, that's all good. But if you need some more Shamus in your life right now, if you may have noticed on the Tower Light YouTube page, you can check it out, is that I've actually been, with a good friend of mine, Abby, we have been doing reviews of Doctor Who. If you are a fan of that show, or you just really like hearing me talk, go check those out. We have an introduction episode, and the first 2 episodes up as of now. The 3rd episode will obviously be coming this weekend for the season, Series 7 Part 2. And yeah, it will be great. I don't know, those are probably not going to continue, at least with me later, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, this episode of Glee was pretty bad. Pretty bad. So that's all for this week. So until next week, guys, keep on watching.